Lift your heart. Father, in the name of Jesus Christ, I stand at the gate of time. I refuse to drift into a new year emotionally. I cross over with understanding, with authority, and with obedience. I will not carry residue into a new season. I declare that every unfinished cycle of confusion ends here. Every lingering burden that does not belong in my future stops here. Every pattern that survived because of delay is terminated here. I shut the door to regret. I shut the door to wasted effort. I shut the door to spiritual casualness. I do not drag yesterday into tomorrow. Now I speak to the year ahead. 2026. I do not meet you unprepared. I meet you aligned. I meet you disciplined. I meet you alert. I refuse surprise where prayer has gone ahead of me. I declare that I will not spend 2026 recovering from what I should have resolved. I will not spend it repairing what I should have aligned. I will not spend it reacting when I was meant to rule. I cross over with clarity. I cross over with structure. I cross over with peace. Father, I thank you for the grace that has brought me this far. But I do not rely on yesterday's grace for tomorrow's demands. I receive new grace for a new season. Grace for discipline. Grace for obedience. Grace for endurance. I declare that 2026 will not demand what grace has not supplied. I cross over leaving behind emotional living. I cross over living behind inconsistency. I cross over living behind delay. I cross over carrying wisdom. I cross over carrying discernment. I cross over carrying stability. I decree that my days in 2026 will be ordered. My decisions will be accurate. My steps will be guarded. My energy will be preserved. I will not run blindly. I will not build carelessly. I will not choose emotionally. I cross over, governed by instruction. I speak to my destiny, wake up. I speak to my focus, stabilize. I speak to my spirit, stay alert. I declare that when others panic in 2026, I will be calm. When others rush, I will be clear. When others are shaken, I will be steady, because I crossed over correctly. This is not luck. This is not chance. This is positioning. I seal this crossover now. The old is concluded. The new is established. The gate is secured. I have crossed over not just into a new year, but into order, clarity, and authority. Stay with this atmosphere. What is happening now is not ceremonial, it is judicial. You are not just crossing a calendar line, you are standing at a gate, and gates respond to authority, not excitement. Many people shout at midnight and still carry old burdens into New Year's because they never settled matters before crossing. You will not make that mistake. Listen carefully. The most dangerous thing you can do at a crossover is to rush. Time is spiritual, and every year has a character. If you do not discern a season, you will misinterpret its demands. Tonight, you are not guessing what 2026 will be like. You are defining how it will respond to you. Before anything else, understand this: whatever you do not close will follow you. Years do not forgive unfinished business, they amplify it. So before you step forward, you must release backward. Father, in the name of Jesus Christ, I stand deliberately. I am not distracted. I am not emotional. I am intentional. I acknowledge that you are the Lord of times and seasons, and that nothing about my life is random. I refuse to drag confusion into clarity. I refuse to drag delay into acceleration. I refuse to drag carelessness into responsibility. I release everything that belongs to the previous season but is not permitted in the next. Every emotional residue, every mental exhaustion, every spiritual fatigue that accumulated because of survival mode, I lay it down now. I am not crossing over tired. I am not crossing over bitter. I am not crossing over confused. I cross over clean. I declare that every cycle that survived because I tolerated it ends now. Patterns that live because of my silence are broken now. Behaviors that continued because I postponed correction are terminated now. I do not need to relive lessons I have already learned. I do not need to repeat seasons I have already outgrown. I do not need to manage problems I am authorized to end. As I stand at this gate, I make a conscious decision. I will not enter 2026 emotionally driven. Emotions are powerful, but they are terrible leaders. I refuse to let feelings decide direction. I refuse to let pressure decide pace. I refuse to let fear decide timing. I cross over governed by instruction. Hear this clearly. The year ahead will not be friendly to disorder. It will not excuse inconsistency. It will not compensate for negligence with mercy. It will reward those who build structure quietly and punish those who live casually. So Father, before I ask for increase, I ask for order. Before I ask for speed, I ask for accuracy. Before I ask for open doors, I ask for the discipline to handle them. I receive the grace to live deliberately. I declare that 2026 will not expose me. It will express me. It will not reveal chaos. It will reveal preparation. It will not embarrass me. It will establish me. I cross over with my priorities intact. I cross over with my focus protected. I cross over with my obedience settled. I will not spend the first quarter recovering from what I should have resolved at the gate. I will not spend months repairing what alignment could have prevented. I will not waste time reacting to what prayer already addressed. I speak to my mind as I cross, be clear. I speak to my heart as I cross, be steady. I speak to my will as I cross, be firm. I am not available for distraction. I am not available for delay. I am not available for emotional living. I enter this year aware that responsibility increases with clarity. I do not fear that responsibility. I welcome it. Responsibility means I am trusted. Responsibility means I am ready. Father, I thank you that I am not crossing over empty-handed. I cross over carrying wisdom learned from past seasons. I cross over carrying discernment sharpened by pressure. I cross over carrying humility refined by correction. I do not despise what the last season taught me. I extract the lesson and leave the pain. I keep the wisdom and discard the weight. I refuse nostalgia that weakens obedience. I refuse regret that paralyzes progress. I refuse fear that delays movement. I cross over looking forward, not backward. As I step into 2026, I declare that I will not be governed by urgency. Urgency destroys judgment. I will be governed by clarity. I will not confuse speed with progress. I will not confuse motion with direction. I will move deliberately. I will decide carefully. I will act obediently. I declare that my days will not be crowded with distractions. My weeks will not be filled with confusion. My months will not be drained by unnecessary battles. I choose focus over frenzy. I choose depth over noise. I choose obedience over excitement. I speak directly into the structure of the year ahead. I declare that the systems within 2026 will cooperate with my alignment. My work will not fright me. My assignments will not overwhelm me. My responsibilities will not crush me. I will not live reactively. I will not live defensively. I will live intentionally. I declare that I will hear quickly in this year. I will respond promptly. I will adjust early. I will not need drastic correction because I will honor gentle instruction. I receive grace for consistency. Consistency when motivation fades. Consistency when results are slow. Consistency when no one is watching. I will not abandon discipline when it becomes ordinary. I will not despise routine because it feels unimpressive. I understand that destiny is built quietly. I declare that 2026 will not pull me into survival mode. I will not spend the year coping. I will spend it governing. I will not be overwhelmed by responsibilities I was meant to manage. I will not say yes to everything. I will not carry what is not mine. I will not bleed energy into unassigned demands. I cross over with boundaries intact. Father, I thank you that peace will not be an afterthought in this year. Peace will be my environment. Not the peace of avoidance, but the peace of alignment. When others panic, I will pause. When others rush, I will discern. When others scatter, I will focus. Because I crossed over correctly. Stay here. Do not disengage. Remain attentive. This is not a moment to drift mentally. Crossing over requires awareness, because what you carry across a gate determines what meets you on the other side. Many people change years without changing posture, and they wonder why nothing truly shifts. But tonight, posture is changing. Understand this clearly. Time does not heal disorder. Time exposes it. If disorder survives into a new year, it multiplies under pressure. So before you move forward, you must allow God to rearrange you internally. Father, I acknowledge that I cannot live the same way in a more demanding season. I cannot keep old habits and expect new outcomes. I cannot enter a new year with yesterday's thinking. So I submit myself to internal reordering. I release the illusion that effort alone is enough. Effort without alignment exhausts. Effort without structure frustrates. Effort without obedience collapses. I ask you to teach me how to walk wisely, not just hard. As I cross into 2026, I refuse emotional decision making. Emotions fluctuate too easily to be trusted with destiny. I will not make life-shaping choices based on moods, pressure, or temporary relief. I cross over, committed to clarity. I declare that confusion will not be my companion in this year. I will not wake up guessing what to do. I will not live reacting to circumstances. I will not drift from one demand to another without direction. I receive clarity that produces obedience, not just information. I receive what protects me from unnecessary detours. I am aware that clarity demands responsibility. When direction becomes clear, excuses expire. I accept that responsibility willingly. I choose ownership over avoidance. As I cross over, I address distraction. Distraction is expensive because it consumes time without producing progress. I will not allow my attention to be scattered. I will not give my best energy to my least important activities. I declare that my attention will be guarded. I will know what deserves my focus and what does not. I will withdraw from noise without guilt. I will invest in depth without apology. I cross over, choosing simplicity. Complexity has delayed me enough. I simplify my priorities. I simplify my commitments. I simplify my expectations. I choose to do fewer things well instead of many things poorly. Father, teach me to recognize what is essential. Remove excess, remove clutter, remove commitments that drain strength but add no value. I refuse to impress at the cost of effectiveness. I cross over with discipline restored. Discipline is not restriction, it is protection. It keeps me from wasting energy on what does not matter. It keeps my future from being hijacked by impulse. I declare that consistency will define my days. I will not depend on motivation. I will build systems that support obedience. I will show up even when it feels ordinary. I will not abandon good routines because they feel boring. I will not quit processes because results are slow. I understand that growth compounds quietly. As I cross over, I deal with fear. Fear has delayed too many decisions. Fear has postponed too many adjustments. Fear has disguised itself as caution, patience, and wisdom. I expose it now. I refuse to let fear govern my timing. I refuse to let fear veto obedience. I refuse to let fear define my pace. I cross over with courage that is calm, not reckless. Courage that waits when instructed and moves when commanded. Courage that obeys even when outcomes are not fully visible. I declare that hesitation will not steal momentum in this year. When instruction comes, response will follow. When clarity appears, action will begin. I am not waiting for perfect conditions. I'm waiting for clear instruction. And when instruction comes, I move. As I cross over, I address unfinished matters. Unfinished matters drain mental energy. They linger in the background and weaken focus. I will not carry unnecessary open loops into this year. I receive grace to complete what must be completed. I receive wisdom to close chapters properly. I receive courage to have conversations I have postponed. I refuse to live with mental clutter. I refuse to live with unresolved tension. I choose closure where closure is required. I cross over honoring rest. Rest is not laziness, it is maintenance. Without rest, judgment weakens. Without rest, discernment dulls. Without rest, discipline collapses. I declare that I will walk diligently and rest responsibly. I will not burn out through overworking, and I will not stagnate through avoidance. I choose balance that preserves strength. As I step into 2026, I recognize that my private life will determine my public outcomes. What I do when no one is watching will shape what happens when pressure arrives. I commit to integrity in private, consistency in routine, honesty in reflection. I will not perform righteousness publicly while neglecting discipline privately. I will not speak vision without supporting habits. I will not declare faith without daily obedience. I cross over with emotional maturity. Emotions are signals, not commanders. I will feel deeply, but I will respond wisely. I will not allow temporary feelings to make permanent decisions. I declare that my reactions will be measured. I will pause before responding. I will process before deciding. I will not allow frustration, excitement, or fear to hijack judgment. I cross over free from comparison. Comparison steals joy and distorts timing. I refuse to measure my progress by someone else's pace. I refuse to rush my process because of external pressure. I trust the timing of my life. I honor the pace of my assignment. I stay focused on my path. As I enter this year, I acknowledge that some seasons require patience more than action. Others require action more than waiting. I receive discernment to know the difference. I will not move prematurely. I will not delay obediently. I will not confuse silence with stagnation. I cross over understanding that not every battle deserves my energy. I will not fight unnecessary conflicts. I will not engage every argument. I will conserve strength for assigned responsibilities. I choose peace over provocation. I choose wisdom over reaction. I choose discernment over emotion. I declare that 2026 will not drain me. It will develop me. It will not overwhelm me. It will organize me. It will not expose weakness. It will strengthen discipline. I cross over expecting cooperation, not chaos. Cooperation between my efforts and God's grace. Cooperation between clarity and action. Cooperation between obedience and outcome. When pressure rises, I will not panic. When demands increase, I will not scatter. When decisions multiply, I will not guess. I am not crossing over hoping for change. I am crossing over position for change. Stay here. Do not disengage yet. This work is cumulative. Remain steady. Do not rush your spirit forward. What you are doing now is laying weight into the future. Weightless prayers do not shape years. Intentional alignment does. As you stand at this threshold, understand something vital. Crossing over is not about optimism. It is about authorization. You are authorizing what is allowed to follow you and what is forbidden to enter. And tonight, permission is being redefined. Father, I acknowledge that every season demands a different version of me. I cannot carry the same mindset into a higher demand and expect stability. I receive grace to evolve. I receive grace to mature. I receive grace to shed what no longer fits. I release the need to explain my growth. I release the need to justify my discipline. I release the fear of being misunderstood when I choose structure over comfort. I cross over choosing maturity. I declare that in 2026, my reactions will no longer lead my decisions. I will not be provoked into error. I will not be pressured into haste. I will not be seduced by urgency. I will pause. I will discern. I will act with clarity. I am aware that clarity comes with responsibility. I do not resist that responsibility. I welcome it. Responsibility is evidence of trust, and I am ready to be trusted. As I move forward, I address my habits honestly. Habits are silent architects of outcomes. If habits remain unchanged, outcomes remain familiar. I refuse familiarity with limitation. I cross over, determined to train my habits intentionally. I will design my days with purpose. I will not live my life to chance. I will not improvise discipline. I declare that my mornings will not be chaotic. My evenings will not be careless. My transitions will not be sloppy. I will live with awareness. I cross over addressing procrastination. Procrastination has stolen enough momentum. It has delayed enough growth. It has drained enough confidence. I confront it now. I declare that when something must be done, I will not delay unnecessarily. I will break tasks into clarity. I will act instead of avoid. I will finish what I start. I am not crossing over carrying avoidance. As I step into the year ahead, I address my relationship with time. Time is not my enemy, it is my resource, but resources must be stewarded. I will not overspend my time on distractions. I will not invest my best hours into low impact activities. I will not complain about lack of time while wasting attention. I cross over with time awareness. I declare that my calendar will reflect my priorities. My schedule will support my calling. My commitments will be intentional. I am not available for everything. I am available for what matters. As I cross over, I deal with unfinished emotional weight. Emotional residue from previous seasons can sabotage new beginnings. I refuse to carry bitterness, resentment, or disappointment forward. I release expectations that were never fulfilled. I release apologies that never came. I release outcomes that did not materialize. I keep the wisdom and leave the weight. I cross over emotionally light. I declare that 2026 will not be governed by old disappointments. I will not make new decisions from old wounds. I will not interpret present opportunities through past failures. I am healed enough to move forward. I am wise enough to adjust. I am disciplined enough to continue. As I cross, I speak to my inner dialogue. The way I speak to myself determines how I show up under pressure. I refuse self-sabotaging language. I will not tell myself I am behind. I will not tell myself it is too late. I will not tell myself I always fail. I will speak truth. I will speak responsibility. I will speak direction. I declare that my self-talk will support growth, not undermine it. I cross over, committed to learning. Learning keeps me adaptable. Learning keeps me sharp. Learning keeps me humble. I will not assume I know enough. I will observe patterns. I will review outcomes. I will adjust early. I refuse pride that resists instruction. I refuse stubbornness that delays correction. As I enter this year, I accept that some doors will open that demand more of me. I will not fear those doors. I will prepare for them. I will build capacity before expansion overwhelms me. I will strengthen foundations before weight increases. I cross over, value beyond grace. Grace will rise with demand. Strength will match responsibility. Wisdom will accompany opportunity. I will not collapse under success. I will not sabotage growth. I will not retreat because things become serious. As I cross over, I deal with distractions proactively. Distractions are not always bad things. Sometimes they are good things at the wrong time. I choose discernment. I will not be pulled into unnecessary commitments. I will not chase every opportunity. I will not allow excitement to override wisdom. I cross over choosing depth. I declare that my attention will be focused. My energy will be protected. My creativity will be invested where it produces fruit. As I step forward, I speak to my spiritual life. I will not treat prayer as routine. I will not approach devotion casually. I will remain sensitive. I will listen more than I speak. I will respond more than I explain. I will obey more than I discuss. I cross over spiritually alert. I declare that my discernment will not dull. I will recognize warning signs early. I will adjust quickly. I will not ignore conviction. As I cross over, I speak to my expectations. Expectations shape experience. I do not expect chaos. I do not expect delay. I do not expect confusion. I expect clarity. I expect cooperation. I expect progress. Not because life will be easy, but because I am aligned. I cross over understanding that resistance does not mean retreat. Some resistance confirms direction. I will not quit because pressure appears. I will endure without panic. I will persist without anxiety. I will continue without drama. As I step fully into 2026, I declare that my life will not be reactive. It will be responsive. It will not be scattered. It will be structured. I will live deliberately. I will decide intentionally. I will move purposefully. This crossing is not symbolic, it is functional. What I've settled here will govern what happens ahead. Stay present. Do not disengage. Stay with this flow and do not allow your attention to wander. What is happening now is a deep internal crossing, the kind that cannot be rushed and must not be interrupted. Some shifts do not announce themselves loudly. They settle quietly and then begin to govern everything. As you stand here, understand this. A new year does not demand excitement, it demands responsibility. Excitement fades quickly, but responsibility sustains progress. So I speak to your spirit now, not to stir emotion, but to establish order. Father, I acknowledge that every new season requires a higher level of self-governance. I cannot depend on external pressure to keep me focused. I cannot rely on circumstances to motivate me. I must become internally regulated. I cross over, deciding to govern myself. I declare that in 2026, I will not need crisis to activate discipline. I will not wait for urgency to produce action. I will not wait for fear to force obedience. I will act because clarity demands it. I choose to live ahead of my emotions. I choose to live ahead of my fears. I choose to live ahead of my excuses. As I cross over, I confront the habit of postponement. Postponement has delayed too many answers. It has weakened too many opportunities. It has disguised itself as patience while quietly stealing momentum. I declare that when something matters, I will not keep pushing it forward. I will break it down, face it directly, and act decisively. I will no longer be intimidated by complexity. I will simplify and move. I am not crossing over with unfinished intentions. I am crossing over with executable decisions. As I enter 2026, I speak to my focus. Focus is not intensity, it is selectivity. I cannot give attention to everything and still expect excellence anywhere. I declare that my attention will be selective. I will identify what deserves depth and protect it fiercely. I will withdraw from distractions without apology. I am not obligated to every demand. I am not responsible for every expectation. I am responsible for alignment. As I cross, I speak to my pace. I will not rush because others are moving faster. I will not slow down because others are uncertain. I will move according to instruction. I declare that I will respect timing. I will not force what is premature. I will not delay what is ripe. I will discern seasons accurately. As I cross over, I address my private life with honesty. Public consistency without private discipline collapses eventually. I refuse to perform discipline publicly while neglecting it privately. I commit to integrity in the unseen places, consistency when no one is watching, faithfulness in ordinary routines. I declare that my private discipline will support my public responsibilities. As I step forward, I deal with mental clutter. Mental clutter drains energy and weakens judgment. I refuse to carry unnecessary thoughts into this year. I release obsessive thinking. I release mental replaying. I release imaginary conversations that lead nowhere. I choose mental clarity. I declare that my mind will be a place of decision, not confusion. A place of direction, not noise. A place of calm focus, not scattered attention. As I cross over, I speak to emotional maturity. Emotional maturity is not the absence of feeling. It is the presence of restraint. I will not allow feelings to dominate decisions. I will not react immediately. I will not respond impulsively. I will process before acting. I declare that my emotions will serve truth, not sabotage progress. As I step into this year, I acknowledge that opportunities will come with responsibility. Some doors will require more of me than I am currently giving. I will not fear those doors. I will prepare for them. I will build capacity deliberately. I will strengthen habits intentionally. I will grow into responsibility instead of shrinking from it. As I cross over, I deal with comparison. Comparison has distracted too many people from their assignment. I refuse to measure my life by another person's timeline. I declare that I will run my race with focus. I will respect my pace. I will trust my process. I am not behind. I am being built. I am progressing deliberately. As I enter 2026, I address rest. Rest is not a luxury, it is a strategy. Without rest, discernment weakens and discipline erodes. I declare that I will rest responsibly. I will honor sleep. I will create space for recovery. I will not destroy my future through exhaustion. As I cross over, I speak to my calendar. My calendar will no longer reflect chaos. It will reflect priorities. I will schedule what matters. I will protect time for focus. I will leave margin for adjustment. I am not available for constant interruption. As I step into this year, I confront fear again. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of responsibility, fear of being seen, fear of being misunderstood. I declare that fear will not decide my actions. I will act from conviction, not intimidation. I choose courage that is steady, confidence that is calm, boldness that is measured. As I cross over, I speak to my spiritual posture. I will not approach prayer casually. I will not treat devotion as routine. I will remain sensitive and responsive. I will listen carefully. I will respond promptly. I will obey consistently. I declare that my spiritual life will deepen quietly. As I enter 2026, I deal with expectations. Unrealistic expectations create frustration. Vague expectations create confusion. I choose realistic, clear expectations. I will not demand instant results. I will not quit because progress is slow. I will trust the process I can sustain. As I cross over, I speak to my identity. I am not defined by past mistakes. I am not limited by previous failures. I am not trapped by old labels. I declare that I am becoming disciplined. I am becoming focused. I am becoming consistent. I cross over owning who I am becoming. As I move forward, I acknowledge that some days will feel ordinary. Ordinary days are not obstacles, they are building blocks. I will not despise routine. I will show up even when it feels repetitive. I will continue even when it feels quiet. I will trust that consistency compounds. As I cross over, I speak to my voice. I will speak less emotionally and more intentionally. I will not over-explain. I will not argue unnecessarily. My words will carry clarity. My silence will carry wisdom. My actions will carry authority. As I enter this year, I deal with unfinished conversations. Conversations delayed out of here often become burdens. I receive grace to address what must be addressed. I will not avoid necessary dialogue. I will not postpone clarity. I will not carry unresolved tension. As I cross over, I speak to my sense of direction. Direction is not about knowing everything. It is about knowing the next step. I declare that I will not be paralyzed by uncertainty. I will move step by step, guided by clarity as it comes. I cross over trusting the process. Stay here. Do not disengage yet. This crossing is still deepening. Remain still one last time. This is the moment where everything settles into place. Not loudly, not emotionally, permanently. This is the point where the crossing becomes irreversible because decisions are no longer theoretical, they are internalized. You are not ending a prayer, you are concluding a posture. Father, I acknowledge that this crossing has changed me. I am not stepping into 2026 as a hopeful person. I am stepping in as a positioned person. Hope looks forward, but positioning stands ready. I thank you because what you have done in me will outlive emotions and survive pressure. I declare that I am not entering the new year with loose ends. I am entering with clarity. Loose thinking is gone. Loose discipline is gone. Loose obedience is gone. I am settled. I accept that my life now carries greater responsibility, and I do not resist it. I welcome it. Responsibility no longer intimidates me because structure now supports me. I am no longer guessing my way through decisions. I am responding to understanding. I declare that my inner life is now aligned with my outward prayers. What I ask for publicly is now supported privately. There is agreement between my desires and my discipline. I will not live divided. As I step fully into 2026, I affirm that my days will be intentional. I will not wake up reacting to emergencies I could have prevented. I will not live under constant urgency. I will govern my time, my energy, and my focus. I declare that my life will not feel rushed. It will feel ordered. Even when demands increase, peace will remain because order absorbs pressure. I accept that consistency is now my advantage. I no longer chase dramatic breakthroughs while neglecting daily faithfulness. I understand that what looks small repeated daily becomes powerful over time. I will not abandon good routines because they feel ordinary. I will not despise discipline because it lacks excitement. I understand that stability is strength. I declare that my emotional life is now under governance. Feelings will inform me, not command me. I will not make permanent decisions from temporary emotions. I will pause, process, and respond wisely. I declare that emotional extremes will not define my year. My reactions will be measured, my responses will be intentional, my peace will be consistent. I accept that clarity requires honesty. I will continue to examine my life without excuses. I will correct early. I will adjust quickly. I will not wait for breakdowns to make changes. I declare that procrastination has lost authority over me. Delay no longer disguises itself as patience. When action is required, I will act. When waiting is required, I will wait without anxiety. I will not confuse motion with progress. I will not confuse busyness with effectiveness. I will not confuse silence with stagnation. I accept that my focus must be protected aggressively. Not everything deserves my attention. Not every opportunity deserves my yes. I will choose depth over distraction. I declare that my attention will no longer be scattered. My energy will be invested, not leaked. My concentration will be guarded. I accept that comparison has no place in my life. I release timelines that are not mine. I refuse to rush my process or resent another person's progress. I trust the pace assigned to my growth. I am not behind. I am being built correctly. I declare that my spiritual life will remain sensitive and alive. I will not treat prayer casually. I will not reduce devotion to routine. I will remain responsive, alert, and teachable. I will hear quickly. I will respond promptly. Listen carefully. Crossing over is not a date change. It is a spiritual transaction. Years do not change lives by default. Alignment does. And tonight, we're not counting down seconds. We're securing dominion. Hear this with sobriety. You do not enter 2026 the same way you